Have you ever walked into a room and felt invisible? Like no one noticed you, or worse, they noticed you but dismissed you before you even opened your mouth, just because of your height? I know that feeling better than I'd like to admit. Growing up, I was always the shortest guy in the group. In school, if a girl had to pick between me and a taller guy, guess who she chose? At work, I'd share an idea, and sometimes it was ignored until a taller colleague repeated it, and suddenly it sounded brilliant. And I used to believe charisma was something only tall guys had. You know the type. The guy who walks into a room and instantly gets respect, gets the attention, gets the girls, all because he's 6 feet tall, broad-shouldered, and loud. Meanwhile, I was the short guy. People would literally lean on me like I was their younger brother. I'd make a joke, and nobody laughed. I'd try to join a conversation, and people would talk right over me. It felt like no matter what I did, I was invisible. And I thought the solution was to become taller, richer, more impressive. So I buried myself in self-help books and videos about body language, how to win friends, how to be more charming. I practiced smiling more, holding eye contact, memorizing clever lines. You know what happened? Nothing. People still overlooked me. I didn't understand why until I started digging deeper into psychology and human behavior. That's when it hit me. Everything society tells us about charisma is wrong. Charisma isn't about height. It's not about money. It's not even about looks. It's about three things: presence, warmth, and power. When I finally understood that, everything in my life started to change. People who never noticed me before suddenly wanted to be around me. Not because I grew taller, not because I became rich, but because I finally understood how to project charisma the right way. So let me break this down for you. Let's start with presence. Presence means being fully in the moment, mentally, emotionally, physically. Most guys think they have it, but here's a quick test. When someone is talking to you, are you really listening, or are you in your head, thinking about what to say next? I learned this the hard way. Years ago, I was at a networking event. I was so focused on sounding smart and impressive that I wasn't really listening. Halfway through, the person stopped and said, "You're not even here, are you?" I was embarrassed, but they were right. From that day, I made a decision. When I'm with someone, I'm with them. Not in my head, not on my phone, just here. That's presence. And here's the beautiful part. When people feel your full attention, it's magnetic. They lean in, they open up, they feel important around you. There's even a famous story from the 1800s. Two men ran for office in the UK. A journalist was asked her opinion. She said, "When I talk to the first man, he makes me feel like he's the strongest man in the country. But when I talk to the second man, he makes me feel like I'm the strongest person in the country." Guess who won? The second man. That's the power of presence. Presence has another layer: comfort. If you're nervous, fidgeting, or stiff, people sense it. But when you're relaxed, when you carry yourself like you belong, people feel safe around you. I remember being at a party, hiding in a corner, glued to my phone. Nobody came near me. Later, I just sat back, relaxed, and enjoyed myself. Within minutes, people started approaching me. Why? Because comfort is contagious. The second pillar is warmth. Charisma isn't about dominating people. It's about making them feel valued in your presence. I once knew a man who wasn't tall, wasn't flashy, didn't dress particularly well, but everyone loved him. Why? Because he made everyone feel seen. He remembered names, he laughed at people's jokes, he was genuinely curious. And here's the thing, warmth is the one trait taller guys can't fake. They might get noticed because of their size, but warmth, that comes from the heart. Real warmth is about showing genuine interest without expecting anything in return. It's giving value freely. If you know something that can help someone, share it. If a friend needs advice, offer it without keeping score. People never forget how you make them feel. And warmth requires honesty.
If someone says, "I love football," and you don't fake it. Just say, "Not really my thing, but I get why people love it." That honesty builds trust instantly. And finally, we have power. Let's clear this up. Power is not about bossing people around or being the loudest in the room. Power is self-respect. It's the quiet confidence of a man who knows who he is and doesn't apologize for it. I'll never forget sitting in a restaurant when my food came out with a hair in it. The old me would have stayed quiet, too shy to say anything. But this time, I calmly called the waiter, pointed it out, and asked for a replacement. No anger, no drama, just self-respect. And I could feel the way everyone at the table looked at me differently. It wasn't about the food, it was about the confidence to stand up for myself. And power also shows up when you stand by your principles. If you don't drink and people pressure you, you don't make excuses. You just say no. That kind of firmness earns instant respect. And yes, it shows in body language too, but not the fake puffed chest, not the wide stance. Real power looks effortless. You sit like you belong. You move like you belong. You occupy space without forcing it. When presence, warmth, and power come together, you become magnetic. Suddenly, nobody's thinking about your height. They're thinking about how good they feel when they're around you. Now here's the twist. Being short can actually be an advantage because people often underestimate you. And when you show up with charisma, you shatter their expectations. You become unforgettable. Think about Kevin Hart, Bruno Mars, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr. None of them are tall, but their charisma fills every room. Now, I know what you're thinking. Of course people like them. They're celebrities. But here's what you forget. These guys weren't always famous. Before the lights, the money, and the fame, they had to rely on the things you just learned in this video. That's what got them noticed. That's what made people want to be around them. Charisma is not a gift. It's a skill, one you can learn. Forget about what you can't change and focus on what you can master. Your energy, your presence, and your confidence. Before this video ends, I want you to picture this. Next week, you walk into a room. Instead of worrying about your height, you carry yourself with presence. You listen deeply. You show warmth that makes people feel special. You speak with self-respect and confidence. And when you tell a story, people hang on every word. In that moment, your height doesn't matter because your charisma is filling the room. That's the power you have. And once you master these skills, you'll never feel invisible again. So here's my challenge to you. Share this message with another guy who needs to hear it. And make sure you subscribe because I'm creating more videos made specifically for men like you and me, short kings who want respect, confidence, and unstoppable charisma. And let me be clear, if you don't subscribe or engage, I'll take it as a sign you don't actually want this kind of content and I'll stop making it. So if you want more, hit that subscribe button right now. And until next time, stand tall.